Now we're looking at the Khemri team. The Khemri teams, as you'll see once I present their players, they tend to be a bashy team. They're really not built for running game due to their low movement or a passing game due to their low agility. So it's more or less a one-dimensional team. Anyway, they do have a necromancer. They can't have apothecaries. We'll go give them a couple of rerolls. They do cost 70,000, so not cheap. Now, they do have access to 4 types of players. Skeletons we've already seen with undead teams. You know, definitely not great linemen, but decent. They do have specialty players, though. With the Blitzras, they're Blitzers if you prefer, who come with dodge and regeneration and have access to the strength and general tables. Strength table, always good to do some damage to the adversary. 6 movement, decent, and actually the highest on your team, so yeah, you'll have to rely on them to score. 3 strength, nothing to write home about. However, they do have 2 agility, which sucks. For blitzers, you would expect something better. They do have 8 armor, which is decent. They do cost 90,000, so you need to buy one at least, so that you'll have someone who can move the ball a little bit. However, the other choice would be the Throwers. They're throwers, if you prefer, who have access to the general and passing tables. They come with pass, regeneration, and sure hands. So, sure hands is very important, especially since this team has low agility. So, you might want to use one of them to be your ball carrier instead, although they're supposed to be throwers. They do have the same stats as blitzers except for their lower armor value. So, yeah, unless you get agility level ups, this team is really hard to play. Well, I should say it's hard to play a running or passing game that's efficient. You'll always be able to pound your opponent into the ground. That's not a problem with this team. But everything else is. Now, Tomb Guardians are basically your offensive and defensive line. You can have 4 of them, so this really helps. They do have pitiful movement with 4. They have very good strength with 5, which is the equivalent of a big guy, except they don't have the loner skill, which really helps. They only have 1 agility, so don't expect them to pick up the ball or throw with any consistency, and they have very good armor with 9. They have regeneration as well, however, they come with decay. We've covered decay with the Rotters in Nurgle teams. It sucks. If you're gravely injured, you will roll twice on the injury table, and you use both results. So it's possible to lose 2 stats in one game, and that really sucks. Anyway, this is the major drawback to the Tomb Guardians. And the other drawback, they only have access to the strength table just like big guys. So if you want block, tackle, and those things, you need to roll doubles. And yeah, that makes a lot of skills that you need doubles for. You know, block, tackle, jump up. That's really not good. It's difficult to build a bunch of good Tomb Guardians. Anyway, they'll be really strong. They'll hurt the opponent. but they'll probably be a bit unreliable due to their other problems. Anyway, since they're the backbone of your team, you'll want at least one, actually a couple. And we go to the skellies. Skellies, you know, movement is pretty average with 5, 3 strength, 2 agility, 7 armor. So they're not really durable. They do come with thick skull and regeneration. They only have access to the general table. So another type of player that's difficult to build efficiently. Still, they only cost 40,000. So you can fill up on skellies to complete your 11 player team. So as you can see, with one player left to buy, we still have 260,000. Let me remind you that the rerolls cost a bunch of money. So you have to juggle with numbers. In other words, you could buy 3 more rerolls and be left with enough money to buy another skeleton. You could buy a couple and have enough to buy, let's say, another throw raw and a skeleton. Or you get a couple plus you get another tomb guardian. Or you can get only one and have enough money for another tomb guardian and another blitz raw. So it's your choice. In this case, since I know that their stats really work against them, I would probably go for 4 rerolls at least. And since I like bashing people, I would probably get another Tomb Guardian. Although a Blitz Raw is also a very decent choice, or a Throw Raw and a Skeleton. Anyway, I'll go for a Tomb Guardian. And with 20,000 left, that leaves you a lot of money to raise to get a 4th Tomb Guardian, or another Blitz Raw, another Throw Raw, but still what I would call a very decent starting team. But unreliable because of their overall low agility. And that's it for Khemri teams. So that's it for the Let's Create a Team videos for now. Let's see, we have ogres left, as well as vampires, and humans will all come back to eventually. So I'll